Public and private sectors met for a special meeting today to talk about the problems they are seeing with the oil and gas supply chain. Homeland Security spearheaded this operation. They say it's the first of its kind in the nation.
CBS 7's Sarah Strackhouse was there and joins us now with one of the major threats companies and law enforcement say they are seeing. Sarah?
You hear about cyber attacks on your computer, on your phone, attempted attacks at hospitals, but you might not think that it happens in the oil field. Well, that was just one of the threats many say they're facing here at the supply chain meeting. Cyber attacks weren't the highest on the list, but they're some of the hardest to combat. And with so much automation now, keeping hackers out keeps you safe.
To keep people from outside hacking into our systems and taking control of things.
Joe Dedevo works as an automation analyst for Chevron. Here he can network to help protect his information.
Law enforcement is very important for loss prevention.
The goal of the day is to get everyone on the same page.
To talk about the joint plan, to communicate, to understand, where, first of all, what is that definition of the supply chain? What are we trying to protect here? How do we keep that supply chain resilient?
Because any part along the supply chain that there's a disruption, it just snowballs. It creates a very bad problem, and you may be sitting at the gas station wondering why there's no gas.
He says he's just one link on the chain, but everyone is an important one in making sure you and your work stays safe. Barney Welsh with Homeland Security says the work doesn't stop here. The concerns have been heard, contacts have been made, and there will also be a couple of other meetings in the state using this information. In Midland with an eye on energy, Sarah Strackhouse, CBS 7 News.
Sarah, thanks. Barney Welch with Homeland Security says once people signed up, they held a survey to see where the most threats were. Topping the list were thefts and fraud. Next was vandalism and sabotage. After that was cyber attacks and natural disasters. Threats ranged anywhere from deaths and amputations to terrorism and transportation.
In a meeting yesterday in Midland between law enforcement, government officials, and oil and gas industry personnel, the Department of Public Safety announced they will be hiring an oil and gas analyst in Austin in their critical infrastructure department. DPS says it's needed because it's such a large and important industry. They tell CBS 7 they will specifically be looking at threats to the oil and gas industry.
The thing that unites almost all of us in the United States, and especially in Texas, is that nobody wants to.
At that same meeting, Railroad Commissioner Ryan Sitton gave a speech about security in the oil and gas industry. He says security plays a crucial role in economic stability. Since the commission regulates the industry, Sitton says it's great to be able to be in constant communication with local, state, and national law enforcement and make sure everything runs smoothly and safely.